Oh, the days of yore.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of the Days of Yore Live the Life mode. I guess, like I said, first episode. So as you can see here, I'm just quickly putting, quote unquote, Greggy's out together. I believe I go with the Bauer stick. And so what I want to do with this mode is, just have fun with it, more or less. What I want to do is, we'll go a few games, see where I get drafted. Hopefully not the Canadians or the Canucks or like the fucking Rangers. I decided I did a poll online on Days of Yore, and the number one at the time when I put this together, the number one position was center. So I am a center. I am gonna take face-offs and all that fun shit. Goalie was number 2, which either would have been really fun or like really fucking horrible. So I'm glad that I didn't have to decide like what like if they were tied, like what position, because as fun as goalie may have been, I think it also may have been absolutely dreadful. So yeah, I didn't go with goalie, thankfully. So as you can see, I decided to skip the complete junior season. All we're doing right now is starting with the Memorial Cup, and this is the first game. I did pick the Sarnia Sting. I wanted a team that maybe not a lot of people know about. I know a lot of people know the Whalers because of Sagan. I know I have a lot of friends that are Spitfire fans. I just wanted someone different than the usual. And as you can see right off the jump, I won the face-off, split the D, put it behind the goalie, and like this game I just fucking raped. I completely abused this team. And for those that care, it's on All-Star difficulty with a hardcore simulation level, or whatever the hell the second term is. I used Clarky's All-Star simulation sliders from Operation Sports. So if you're interested in shit like that, what I can do is I can put that in the description. They're pretty fun. I mean, I know it makes this game, I know it looks like I completely dominated and it was too easy. But I think that has a lot to do with just playing kids from the juniors. So I hope that, when I get to the NHL, when my guy gets drafted, it'll be a lot easier than putting up 7 points like I did in this game. But the main focus here isn't about this mode. What I really wanted to talk about was the whole John Scott thing. The other night, in case you missed it for some odd reason, John Scott absolutely destroyed Louis Eriksson on a dirty hit that, Scott came across the ice, put his shoulder into Eriksson's head. I know John Scott's like fucking 100 feet tall, but he might be one of the most useless players in the league history. I mean, when you look at the guy's stats, he hasn't scored a goal in the NHL since the 2009-2010 season, and that's when he played with Minnesota. So I mean, there's no point in having a guy like this on a team. And I know a lot of fans of other teams will look at a guy like Shawn Thornton and be like, well, you have Shawn Thornton on your team. Shawn Thornton is only there to be a goon. Well, not necessarily. I mean, I know he's a fourth liner, he's a grinder, and he's not like obviously David Krejci or Jerome McGinley, but he's not like your prototypical goon. The guy can put the puck in the net. In 2010, he had 10 goals. I mean, it's few and far between, but it's something that he can do. So I don't really see the correlation between a guy like, a guy like Shawn Thornton and a guy like John Scott. There's a difference between a pure goon who's there just to hurt people, and then a guy like Thornton who is to be an enforcer. I mean, the goon and enforcer are not the same thing. They're totally different. John Scott had an issue with Phil Kessel, of all people. Phil fucking Kessel, where he tried to fight him a couple times, actually. And then, you know, this whole thing with Louis Erickson. Has he been suspended? No. He's never been suspended until now, because as of this recording, he's suspended indefinitely until his hearing. So he's going to be suspended, but that doesn't mean that he belongs in the NHL just because he's never been suspended. He's on that same tier as guys like Patrick Coletta and fucking Trevor Gillies and guys like that. So I don't really buy that John Scott belongs in the NHL because he can skate, because he can barely do that if you've watched him anyway. He plays, you know, 5 to 8 minutes a night. So it's not like, you know, that he would be terribly missed by the Sabres if he never plays a game again. And what he'll do is, hopefully, removing a guy like this will make the NHL a lot safer. But I don't know. I just think that it's complete bullshit that a guy like this is actually fucking playing in the league. He's a waste of a roster spot. He's only there to fucking target people. He's scum. He's a goon. He's a fucking shitty player. Like right now, John Scott, if you look at the Buffalo Sabres time on ice, John Scott averages less than 5 minutes a game. The lowest on the team. Less than 5 minutes a game. And if you wanna look at the Bruins, like to compare time on ice, and I know it's a different system. Claude loves to run his 4 lines. Shawn Thornton is still at like 8.5 minutes a game. So we can put all that bullshit to rest that Thornton and John Scott are like the same type of guy that, you know, they're both goons and they're both no, they're not. They're completely different players. Compared to John Scott, Shawn Thornton is a much better, more well-rounded player. And as you can see on that goal, the dude fucking kicked it. That was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little jealous. So yeah, it's just complete bullshit. And then my teammate took out the goalie too. So I just thought that was funny. So I left it in there. And yeah, he's gonna get suspended. You know, right now I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure how many games he's gonna get. A lot of people are saying 5. Oh well, you know, he's never been suspended, so he's gonna get 5 games. I'm not sure about that, man. You know, I think he might get more than that. I think he might get somewhere. I mean, I think we're looking at like 10 to 15. And if Brandon Shanahan really like has balls like he did when he was playing, he would put up like 20. He would put him on like 20, 25 games. It's not like Buffalo's gonna miss the guy. Okay, the Sabres. If that happens, the Sabres should throw a fucking party, because him gone for, you know, 20 games, Patrick Coletta gone for 10 games. The Sabres could potentially put out someone on the ice who's good. I mean, I don't know what the Sabres organization is doing, you know, keeping those kind of guys on the team, but they waste roster spots, and it's not like it made Buffalo any better. In fact, you could say it made them worse. I mean, there's been a clear decline in the way that Buffalo has played since the last time they made it to the playoffs, which I believe was 2 years ago. I mean, last year they were just terrible. And then this year, you know, they won a game, I think, and they got embarrassed by Boston, 5-2. So, you know, definitely look for these. I'm gonna have the second episode, which will probably have the last 2 Memorial Cup games. Should we make it that far? This is just tic-tac-toe power play. Come at me, Jeff Ward. Come at me, bro. So yeah, we're just gonna probably have the 2 games, like I said, cut together. You know, nice 10-11 minute video. We don't have to watch 30 minutes of me just skating around like a weirdo. I was gonna have transitions in the video, but then it cut some of the it cut out, you know, some of the stuff I wanted you to see with the with, like, you know, the highlights, so to speak. So, you know, there's no transition, so it's very just like hard cuts, and who cares? Honestly, who cares? Like, I just fucking decked that guy cleanly, unlike John Scott. So like I said, you know, I'm gonna have the next video up probably next weekend. You know, my target is like once a week for these type of things. Maybe like once, you know, on like a Friday or Saturday. Because, you know, the kid, you know, the little one takes a nap and stuff, and I gotta work during the week, so like, split again, top side. So, you know, enjoy it. fuck John Scott and the Buffalo Sabres. If you liked this, leave a like. Stick to the end because you'll see some of the questions. As you can see, first star, 7 points, and all right. So you guys have a great day. Leave a like, leave a sub, and I'll see you guys when I see you guys.